All right, so we got Manny Pacquiao, and he's gonna face Brennan Bam Bam Rios. Okay, I'm I'm not one to really call this fight, other than the fact that I can call the ramifications of how important it is for your boy, and I say your boy because I know that there are a lot of Manny Pacquiao Pac-Man fans on November 23rd. It's really important for Manny Pacquiao to win this fight. Um, and I think that Freddie Roach and Bob Arum have done all they can possibly do to make sure that things fall in Manny's favor. Things such as they took this fight after Rios lost to Alvarez. Uh, and I think it's interesting that they decided to sign up this fight for um, Manny to fight Bam Bam to fight after after he lost to Mike Alvarado in unanimous decision. Despite the fact that Brandon Rios had already beaten him. I also think though that it's interesting that this fight is in Macau, China. Okay, I don't know if this fight is in China because Roach is also coaching Zhu. If anybody knows who Zhu is, or if you don't know who Zhu is, he's the Shiming Zhu is the latest phenom, 27-year-old phenom from that fights under Bob Arum's camp, trained by Freddie Roach. And I know that he's in the camp because they're trying to get the Chinese market in boxing. But I think that though that one thing that needs to be taken into consideration is that Top Rank taking this fight in China. They obviously want to take out the possibility that it's in Vegas is going to be close to Texas, where Brandon Rios is from, so that he'll have a large contingency of fans to support him. Obviously, having it in China too, you're going to have a large fan base for Manny Pacquiao because it's in an Asian market. But the main thing that I'm looking at is the fact that China in the past has been in Olympics competition, in international competition. They've cheated with their athletes being much older despite than the limits allow. They've also had where athletes have done steroids and gotten away with it, but then later to be discovered and been stripped of titles and everything else. So that's something that, and I know that maybe people are like, oh, Pac-Man's not doing roids. Okay, say what you want. It goes back to the Roger Mayweather argument where you've never seen a fighter move up from featherweight all the way up to the welterweight weight class the way that Manny has, despite the fact he's won all these belts and he's had these cherry-picked opponents and everything else. But I think that it's interesting, though, like I said, that they tend to only fight fighters as they're coming off of losses after they've been scrapped up and beaten up by Floyd Mayweather. And, Manny's coming off of 2 losses. He was knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez. He wants to get back into the rhythm of and catch some W's. He thinks that he can still legitimately fight Floyd Mayweather. That fight's not going to happen. And it's not going to happen because Floyd's not an idiot. He'd be stupid to take the fight because Manny Pacquiao is no longer, despite the fact he's a big money draw, he's not a first tier fighter anymore. He just isn't. I'm sorry to break that to you, Pac-Man fans, but he's not a top tier fighter anymore. If he beats Brandon Rios, so what? There's a lot of other fighters that won't fight. And until he beats the likes, of other welterweights, then and then get to Floyd, I think that the argument is dead for him to even think that he should be in the running. Okay, so Manny Pacquiao, you're going to be taking on a fighter that's much younger than you. He has the potential to give you the KO. I think that Bob Arum and Freddie Roach are making sure that you're fighting in a place where you have a lot of support. A large contingency of Asian fans to support you. You'll probably get away with some kind of a performance enhancement drugs. More power to you, I guess. You know, but even if you happen to win this fight by KO, then until you can beat the likes of Tim Bradley by KO, maybe fight Adrian Broner, or fight Paulie Malignaggi, or Lucas Matisse Jr. As a junior welterweight, Danny Garcia, Lamont Peterson, fight Amir Khan, fight Zab, give Zab the last fight of his career. But I think until or even Saul, fight Saul Alvarez, fight Austin Trout. There's a lot of fighters that are out there, but for Manny Pacquiao to think that he still, after coming off of 2 losses, can legitimately get a stab at Floyd Mayweather after fighting Brandon Rios, who isn't even a top 10 fighter, is just ludicrous. So that's just my opinion on it, and that's all I have to say about it.